You've probably heard me talking about this self-sufficient living skills bundle that's been going on. And I have been spending the last week flipping through so many of the incredible resources within this bundle. Now, I will say there's a lot. There's over 118 different ebooks and courses and lessons sharing incredible wisdom and knowledge with you so you can live off the land and you don't have to rely on this corrupt and broken system for everything for your family. Anyways, I wanted to share some of my favorite things. One, first off, is off-grid homeopathy. This course is loaded with so much incredible knowledge, talking about homeopathy for first aid, for colds and flu, how to make your own homeopathic remedies. Like, as an herbalist who loves to teach that stuff, that's pretty exciting to hear it in the homeopathy realm. There's also some incredible fermentation guides, so many other amazing herbal recipes and food recipes, and how to make your own sourdough bread, how to do your own organic gardening and canning of all of your foods. Really, there is so much. And yes, I know. I've talked about it a ton, but this entire bundle is only $50 right now until Sunday, March 24th. I'm sharing my herbal first aid skills, which is a course that's $47 on its own. I'm sharing recipes that I used when I got my products into REI for herbal first aid kits and so much more. You'll have to check it out. I'm serious. Like, you can absolutely change your life with this bundle. So there is a link in the show notes for you, and I hope you check it out. I hope you take advantage. Don't worry, you don't have to go through everything right away. You can access everything for up to a year. Once you're in the course or have the download, it's yours for life. It is a steal of a deal. Okay, self-sufficient living skills bundle in the links for you.
Time is here. There are plant friends popping up all over the place. And it's so much fun to see and so darn exhilarating. And one thing I know to be true is that most of us have been taught to kill off many of the plants known as weeds, even though they are incredible food and incredible medicine. So how do you know which ones are food, which ones are medicine, and which ones you should pull? And I say pull because we all know that choosing herbicides and pesticides, or what's known as toxic chemicals, are not the way to go. Right? Anyway, inside this episode, I'm going to cover 3 of my favorite must-have and must-love weeds. Weeds in air quotes. And help you discover a new love for them too. And in the next episode, I'll cover even more. So, are you ready? Let's dive in. Hello and welcome to the Herbalist Path, a podcast where you'll discover how to make your own herbal remedies at home so that you can take better care of yourself, better care of your family, and better care of our planet. I'm Mel. I'm a clinical herbalist, environmental educator, and mountain living mama with this crazy passion for teaching more mamas and their little loves how to use plants as medicine in a safe, effective, and tasty way so that there can be an herbalist in every home. Again, it's an absolute honor to have you on the journey down the herbalist path with me so that together we can make herbalism #spread like wildflowers. As springtime nears, the garden centers get busy. Everybody is eager to get digging in the dirt and planting their good stuff. And sadly, the aisles in the store are filled with nasty things like Roundup. And as you likely know, that stuff is bad, bad news. Not only is it bad for the health of our planet, it's affecting each and every one of us and our health, even if we aren't the ones spraying that nasty crap ourselves. So how can we make a shift of other people and inspire them to stop using these nasty, toxic chemicals on our lands. Well, one way I'm hoping to help make that happen is by educating you that these are not bad weeds. These plants are food and they are medicine. And it's so important to know this. Hopefully, we can continue to spread this to more and more people so that the connection is made. People start to feel healthier and they begin to have a more active movement in improving the health of our planet and the health of their own precious families. And most importantly, they stop spraying that crap everywhere. And yeah, you may have guessed it. This is also how we're going to make herbalism spread like wildflowers. Okay, so let's get busy and let's start talking about the 3 of my favorite weedy friends that you can learn to love and embrace too. And if you already do use them, shoot me a message and let me know your favorite ways to use them. Okay, so the first one I want to talk about is cleavers or Gallium apiarine. And these cute little babies are high on my list. 1, because they're super fun to play with, especially if you have kiddos. These plants, they tend to grow in alkaline soils that are really, really rich and moist. So you might find them along stream banks or other moist, shady areas. They tend to grow in abundance, and a lot of people find them incredibly obnoxious. But oh no, not me and the many others who know that they're great food and medicine. Yeah, we don't find them obnoxious. So you can identify cleavers in a pretty special way. They grow in this really distinct whorl of leaves of at least 4 or more. And the leaves are almost like the texture of a cat's tongue. And the reason that I say they're so much fun is because if you grab them and throw them at your kiddos, they'll stick to them like gentle Velcro. It's really an opportunity for fun that just can't be beat. And yes, I know. You're here because you want to learn about the benefits of this plant and not just how to have fun with plants. So, can we all just stop forgetting about fun and its importance? Because hot diggity dog, that stuff is so important. I think we all discovered during the pandemic. Okay. Cleavers and why you should love to learn them. Learn to love them. Love to learn them, please. If you don't already. Okay. Cleavers can help with your cuts, your scrapes, your bruises, your rashes, poison oak, and so much more. They're what's called a vulnerary or a wound healing herb, and they also have excellent anti-inflammatory properties that are super duper helpful when you use them topically. It's just as simple as you can grab some of the fresh plant matter, mash it up to get those juices flowing, and place it on the affected area. Or you can juice it and then add a little bit of alcohol to it to preserve it. I like to freeze them into ice cubes so that I can have it on hand all throughout the year right when I need it. And cleavers can be used internally and be a great helper for conditions like eczema and psoriasis and other inflammatory conditions that show up on the skin, because they help to flush out the kidneys and release uric acid, which can help clear the skin and also help to alleviate the pain and suffering for those that are dealing with gout. Cleavers will help reduce swelling in the feet and hands and face and other areas where water retention rears its puffy, ugly head. It's also what's called a diuretic herb, and it helps release that water and the extra fluids that cause the swelling. And one of cleaver's greatest claims to fame is its powerful ability to help drain stuck or swollen lymphatic tissues, particularly after a bout of illness, colds, flu, herpes, etc. I go way deeper into that inside of my Herbs for Immune Health program. And if you want to learn more about that, just shoot me a message and I can definitely tell you more. So let's move on to the next herb, which is red clover, red clover. I love you all over. Red clover is also Trifolium pratense, and she is amazing and totally deserves your love as well, especially for us ladies and our kiddos, because it's a super fun, yummy treat. I love to gather red clover blossoms with my daughter and pluck the tiny little flower pieces, and we nibble on it, and it tastes like a sweet little honey treat. And yeah, they're super duper pretty too. And let's not forget the bees. They love this stuff too. Unfortunately, yes, red clover does grow all over. Almost all the yards have this cute little bumbly purple flower popping up if you let it. In fact, it's often used as a cover crop on farms because it's a great nitrogen fixer. It's going to help prevent soil erosion, and it helps compete with other less than awesome weeds in the fields. And you know it, it happens to be bursting with bountiful medicine too. I love to use red clover because it enhances circulation to the brain. It's one of the ingredients I use in my Where is My Mind tea just for that very reason. So it can help decrease memory loss or confusion, particularly for elderly people. And it improves overall mental alertness, which I don't know about you, but I can most definitely use. And red clover has some nice lymphatic properties to it as well, so that's going to be really helpful when it's time to clear out the toxins from your body, which, yes, it's springtime, and that means it's time to think about doing exactly that, getting rid of the stuck sluggishness that winter can bring. Red clover can help with a sore throat. It will ease or suppress a cough while also helping to get rid of like the stuck, phlegmy, nasty gunk that can be left behind. So it's what's known as an expectorant. And this baby is nutrient rich. It's loaded with beneficial vitamins and nutrients like beta carotene, vitamin C, calcium, chromium, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, and a bunch of other great nutrients that our bodies desperately need. And again, they are super yummy. So you can grab a little bit and savor the sweetness of this cute little flower. And for the more mature ladies in the house, it can be a great helper when it comes to hot flashes, and it can really work some wonders to help reduce them. Can I get a heck yeah to that one? Ooh, and speaking of that kind of stuff, it also can protect the bones from becoming fragile and brittle, which often happens once women reach menopausal years. I love red clover, and I hope you love red clover and let her grow all over. Okay, I rhyme all the time. Way too much Dr. Seuss in my life. I can't help it. Anyways, let's move on to the next herb. The next one is purple dead nettle. And this one is gaining popularity in so many ways these days, which is great because these weeds are there for us. They're food, they're medicine. Well, they're food and medicine as long as we're not poisoning our earth in order to get rid of them, right? Okay. And purple dead nettle, like our other weedy friends, can be found all over the place. It loves to pop up in early spring and is in the mint family, which truly shows in the ways in which it spreads like a mint. And yes, of course, it's got the squared stems too. And I'm willing to bet that if you have a backyard, you can likely find yourself some purple dead nettle right there. This abundant plant is quite a delight with its pretty little purplish pink flowers, and of course it's even more delightful when you learn that it can be used as food, as medicine. This nutrient-dense wild little weed is fantastic to add to your spring salads or soups or smoothies or whatever. It's jam-packed with beneficial vitamins and nutrients like vitamin C, A, and K, iron, calcium, magnesium, manganese, and fiber. You can basically use this backyard friend like you would your other dark leafy vegetables, and however you may want to use it. Just do be aware it's got a pretty strong taste, so you might want to use it sparingly. Just promise me this one thing. When you finally find it and you properly identify it, just use it. It's there for you, and it is abundant AF. And of course, not only does it act like food, it is indeed medicine as well. You can use this purple dead nettle, as a poultice for various skin conditions, from minor burns, cuts, and scrapes. You can use the fresh plant all mashed up and place it on the skin, or you can make yourself an herbal salve to last longer and all throughout the year. Its antimicrobial properties make it a great first aid plant. So purple dead nettle tea is also known to help people with seasonal allergies. How about that? It pops up for you right when the allergies do. It's almost as if it's meant to be there right when you need it. And the more you discover plant medicines and explore this beautiful world, the more you'll find these fascinating intricacies of the plants and the ways in which they are there for you. And like one of my favorite quotes I know from United Plant Savers, which if you don't know United Plant Savers, please go check them out right now. Google them. You'll find them. They're worth it. Subscribe. Give them your money. Anyways, I'm not sure whose quote it is exactly, but I always think of Rosemary Gladstar saying it. If you listen, they will teach you. And it's so incredibly true. So, speaking of listening, did you learn anything new here on this episode today? If you did, be sure to shoot me a message and let me know what you learned. I want to hear from you. And if you're ready to dive deeper into the world of plant medicine, I have a great introductory course for you where you'll discover some of the most effective, safe, and powerful medicines that you probably use every single day. They're right inside of your kitchen cabinet. I'm going to link to the program, and when you join me, you will get some incredibly tasty recipes, and your mind's going to be blown about the power of the medicines in your spice rack, the medicines your ancestors used. You can check out that class through the links in the show notes here, and be sure to subscribe and like and leave me a good review and catch me for the next episode. And we'll dish some more dirt on your backyard weeds. Your backyard medicines. That's right. I'll see you there. And be sure to catch me for the next episode where we'll dish some more dirt on your backyard weeds. Your backyard medicines. That's right. And if you learn new things in this episode, do us all a favor and share this with your friends. Let's make herbalism spread like wildflowers so that we can make this world a better place. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of The Herbalist Path. Have a glorious day.
It has been so much fun and so, joyous watching all of my medicinal plant friends popping up in my garden, from the Elecampane to the comfrey and the arnica. I love seeing these friends pop up. And if you are still trying to decide what to grow in your medicinal herb garden, you've got to grab my guide. It's all about the most essential herbs that every mom should know and should grow. So I teach you how to grow them and the many different ways that you can use them. If you want to grab the guide, go ahead. It's free, and I'm pretty sure you're going to get a lot of delight and use out of it. And there's a link to it in the show notes. I'm wishing you tons of happy medicine planting.